Hey, everyone. It's Athena Renee here back with Discovering Your Destiny Oracle Reads. I'm your host, Athena Renee, and I'm so excited that you're here because on this channel, we talk about mindset and manifestations so that you can level up to your highest version of yourselves. Okay. Now, if this is your first time here, I want to send you a warm welcome. On this channel, I do oracle readings. We do two different types of oracle readings here. Today we're doing a oracle readings for self-care because we truly believe that is your highest form of wealth. Okay, health is wealth, and a lot of times we neglect that. So we have added the self-care oracle cards to um, our channel, and then we do the career and life oracle cards or oracle readings as well, hence the name Discovering Your Destiny. Okay, because on this channel we help you discover your destiny, and most of the time your destiny is going to be in a place of where you possibly are starting a small business, um, a nonprofit organization, or you are called to leadership for a company. Okay. But nevertheless, on this channel, you'll receive intuitive downloads, and the cards just help us or help me give you communicate that message clear, okay, if you will. So myself personally, I have been a professional and personal development coach for over 15 years. I've had multiple A-list celebrities, and for these particular clients I did email marketing strategies, content creation, as well as 3PL um, layout. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into this read. Listen, these oracle cards have really been a game changer. These self-care oracle cards. I've always like I've always been into insight, I've always felt that everyone is born for a reason, and everything that you do, every encounter that you have in life is going to take you a step closer or further from your destiny, right? But until you find that destiny and discover it, every step you take is actually going to be bringing you closer if you have your mindset aligned with understanding that you are here for a reason and you want to go into discovery mode, right? When you go into discovery mode, it's just like how people talk about jailbreak the iPhone and different things like that. When you go into discovery mode, discovery means you are actively looking for your life mission. You're actually in pursuit of it, right? And when you become in pursuit of something, everything that you do from that point forward lines up for your highest good, even when it's a challenging situation. Okay, and let me explain to you how it lines up. Have you ever noticed when you start with, if you said, you know what, I want to get a new car, right? And then when you think about the cars that you like, you say, well, you know what, I want to get a new Mustang. Have you noticed, after you say that, after you set course to say you want a new Mustang, have you noticed how you see all kinds of Mustangs in traffic? Red, black, white, green, neon, yellow. It doesn't matter. Every year you keep seeing the Mustang, right? You know why? Because in your mind, you have told your mind, you have trained your mindset to know that you getting a Mustang is important. So the first thing it does is starts to highlight all of these different Mustangs. The same thing goes for your destiny. When you set course and say, I want to discover my destiny, everything, your mindset changes. Your paradigm shift changes because now everything that happens to you is actually happening for you. And these reads that we're doing, they just help you get a clear understanding. Now, discovering your destiny sometimes, most of the time, it makes you feel like a misfit. And on this channel, we do cater to misfits, black sheeps of the family, and people just never fit in. The reason why, because when you identify and can resonate with being a misfit, you already know that being like talking about racial background and gender wars and all of that type of stuff, you know it doesn't even apply to you because you understand that you can be in a room with people that look just like you and you're still a misfit. That right there is one of the key identifiers to let you know if you are here to do something major, something big. Why do I say that? Because you cannot lead being a part of the group. You have to lead in the front of it, right? So you are in the front and not a part of them, but sometimes you might be in the back because you can also lead from the back because leadership is a frame of mind. So, like I said, on this channel, we're all about helping you become the highest version of yourself and discovering your destiny through oracle readings, but as well as all different types of business and personal development strategies and tactics and tools. Okay. So let's get into this read because they have been a game changer, as I was talking earlier. Every time I put the cards out, it's like it's something that someone needs. And here's the crazy part about it. It's been something that I can um it's something that I can actually relate to. That's what's been like really just every single time. Okay. So let's get it to it. Okay. So right away, I'm looking at this, and this read is instantly coming out to me as your success is in your daily routine, and it's going to end up being all about your habits. Okay. Because right here, I'm showing that financial goals. This is a perfect time to really set up financial goals. You know, a lot of times people don't even set up financial goals. And here's the thing about setting up financial goals: you don't even have to want to be a millionaire to have financial goals. You could literally set a number up for yourself, your family, whatever that number is. I used to call it the magic number, right? And whatever that number is, you could set that is your place where you want to be, and then you start to do everything in your power to take your ship in that direction. This card says set and reach our financial goals to achieve financial stability. Here's the deal: the first thing you got to do is set the sail. You got to set the goal first, right? So understand and decide what it is that you need to live the highest quality of life that you truly want. You know why I like talking about success? Because you'll hear me talk about success and mindsets and everything like this just until your head falls off, right? I will just talk about it day and night. And the reason is because success is not it's not set to someone else's standards. It's set to your standards. So for an example, let me just see if we can get the cards on closer too. I'm gonna get it one. Oh yeah, that's perfect right there, y'all. Yeah, that's good. Because like I was saying, success is what you want it to be. So for an example, you might say, if I could just make 75,000 and work from home, I would be rich. What do I mean rich? Rich in the resource, or rich in the flexibility, or rich in having the options to set your everyday career life to up to however you want it, right? So like I said, guys, everyone's life is different. Somebody else could say, if I could just make 100,000 and be able to travel with it, right? Someone else might say, well, hey, I only live one time. How about I make 250,000 a month? Right now, somebody else might say, that's ridiculous. Why do I need that? Here's the deal: everybody has a different perspective of what success is, but at the end of the day, the fundamentals of getting there are the same. And one thing about life, you have to set some goals, because if you don't set your own goals, someone else is going to set them for you, right? It's just like minimum wage. People want to talk about minimum wage and how the government should raise it. And you might be right, but guess what? Are you going to wait on someone else to pay you your worth? I don't think so. Next up, we have release expectations. This card is very, very powerful. And this is the second time it came out. That's definitely confirmation, because even in the Bible, every time God or Spirit said, every time that God or Spirit said something twice, that is meant as confirmation, like that is something really major. And this right here has been the second time this card has came out: release expectation. And it's very powerful, because if you don't release expectations, you'll end up missing your blessings. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let me just read this card first. It says, do not focus on the money aspect of your dreams. Abundance will come at the right time. Basically, a lot of times the things that we ask for, manifestations that we're asking for and working on, sometimes it does not show up in the package that we expected. Okay. And this is really, first of all, this is why you really want to get your spirit in check, your vibe, your energy in check. Because if you're leading off of visual only, you will get fooled. This is why a lot of men, let me tell you something. I see a lot of channels online and a lot of videos, and a lot of men are always talking about women. Oh, these women this. Oh, these women that, right? And especially this thing called the high value men and all of this passport bros, all these different things. Here's my thing: do what you do, but you have to take an accountability to say, I chose this type of woman. I didn't do my research. I didn't know what she was on, even for the men, because for females, we do it too. We sometimes get caught up in a certain package. In one of my titles called 50 Shades of Fake, I talk about how when I did some major freelance work for a huge, I'm talking about a major design firm. I mean, their clients are, when I say these are 7 and 8 figure clients that we were dealing with, one of their clients, he, one of their clients was a headliner of one of the Super Bowls in the last 4 years. Okay. But in this book, 50 Shades of Fake, it really talks about the things in the background that you don't know when you're working for luxury brands and celebrities or high end companies, because the principles in that book, you could take it anywhere. But what I want to say is you have to release expectations. Why? Because your blessings will show up in something that you wouldn't even know it. So for example, when I got the contract to work with this design firm as within my business, it was put to me as a startup company, and they had just purchased a warehouse space, and they had a studio with it, right? And so if I would have been looking for something posh and that said luxury to me, guess what? I would have missed it. I never would have even got the opportunity. I seen it as an opportunity to expand my business and say I have this particular client under my belt. But I didn't even know the level that they had as far as their category of clients, right? But if I would have went to their studio and said, "Oh man, this is dusty, a lot of work, I don't want to do it," I would have missed that opportunity. I would have missed the opportunity of being able to sit in on deals where people are paying for in cash or escrow 7 and 8 figure homes in cash and getting it decorated out during COVID-19. I would have missed out on that opportunity to even allow my paradigm to shift. Because one thing you must understand, when you set the sail of having financial goals, the next thing spirit to do, and even if you're not a believer, but I'm a believer, but the next thing that energy and manifestations would do, it'll start bringing you around people that got it, or different occupations, or the direction you need to go, or opportunities that you can join in on will start to come to you. This is what, so because I had set my main goal of my business at that time was I wanted to work with celebrity clients. Prior to that, I had worked with the house of the excuse me the Housewives franchise prior to that. And the reason it wasn't to just chase behind celebrities and be in the camera or the spotlight. It really was because I understood that a lot of celebrities and athletes, they have a high tolerance to be able to perform under pressure. And luxury brands in specific, they have a high level of detail in being able to work and manage demanding clients, right? And they make it look so good. So that was really the desire to work with those type of brands. But I'm saying all that to say, if I hadn't have released expectation, I would have missed it. And you have to really do the same thing. This is why it is imperative that you get your spirit, get your energy in order. Listen, this is not only about uh getting deals and contracts. This is also with your love life and even with friends, right? Sometimes we're starting to ask for things, hey, I want new friends and things like that, because I was thinking about it for myself earlier. I'm like, I want a huge network, right? Obviously my inner circle would be smaller, but I said I want to be able to influence or and be able to mentor and really help a great group of people. And it don't have to be all about business. It could just be support, friends, holidays, family gatherings, and things like that. And what popped into my mind at that time, this is what Spirit dropped on me. He said two things. Number one, he said you have to release expectations of what that could look like. And number two, make sure you do the inner work and understand the work that you need to do to maintain the relationships. Listen to me. I'm so serious about this because God, Spirit, is going to send you exactly what you need. But He is so generous that He gives us some of the things that we want as well. But it's not going to be exact, because if He give us exactly what it is, He's going to give us exactly what we need and some. But if He give it exactly to us the way we want to see it, we won't put work in to keep it, and we won't be grateful for it, right? So that's why it happens that way. But check this out. After you release those expectations, it's time to change a bad habit. And that's could be what the bad habit is: judging a book by its cover, right? Not wanting to open your mind and be more open-minded about different things. But the card says kill a bad habit: drinking, overeating, or anything not serving you, right? So it doesn't have to just be that, but I do know that could be a main thing, but also any habits that is not moving you closer to where you want to be. And here's the deal, you know, obviously changing a habit is not going to happen overnight, but it's definitely something you can start moving towards, right? And another thing I want to talk about with changing a habit is, one, you can really start by doing some of the smallest changes. It's really all about consistency. So, for an example, when I originally started working out and being more health conscious, I would work out for 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes. I think one time I started with 7 minutes, and I might do that again. You know why? Because it was a consistency and I felt so good. When you start doing something, it could just be a small change, but I promise you, you add up. So check this out. If when I was doing 7 minutes, even if I was doing 10 minutes, 10 minutes times seven or 10 minutes times six, that's still an hour worth of extra exercise every week that most people are not doing. It's time to take a look at your habits and change them accordingly to go to where you want to be at. Even on the dating scene, eating scene, whoever the person that you know you are destined to be, you have an idea about it. But I want you to understand that you have to partner with the Most High God, because we are small gods, but we have to partner with our Creator and make sure we're doing our part, right? And our part sometimes is involved around our habits that we have. Here's the next card: social media detox. Let me tell you something. I have not been the best person with social media in general. When I get on social media, for the most part, it is completely business. Okay. It is completely positive. I want to get on, maybe crack a joke here or two. But let me tell you something. You have people, like, I still can't fathom it, but you have people that literally live online and scroll all day long. I found myself the other day I got lost in the reels, just scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. This is why short content is very popular, because people's attention span, okay, they just want that hit, that dopamine hit, and they want to move on to the next best thing. A social media detox is really, really a good thing. Okay, because number one, when you're ready to build a life that you truly know you are meant to live, and you are serious about it with changing habits and releasing expectations, and you got your goals, get offline. Because see, when you're first starting something fresh and new, or you're really trying to build a strong foundation, it doesn't take much for something to come and jack up your energy or persuade you to go back. So one of the main things you need to do is get off social media. Let me tell you something too. With social media, it's so volatile, because you could run up on something and it's very inspiring, right? You feeling good. You're gonna go decorate and cook and work out. But the next post could say three dogs got ran over by a car, a runaway car, right? And you could be an avid pet lover. Now, if we know when you're passionate about things, you feel that pain. And all of that happened in 60 seconds. You went from ecstatic to being expired to sad and depressed and upset in 60 seconds. You cannot control what you see on social media. I don't care what filters you put up, you cannot control it. So the best thing to do is to make sure you are controlling yourself with social media. Get off. Get off of it. Get off social media. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. My sister, she tripped me out with this one. She said she'll build a profile and just have a different, so basically like a fake profile, and not go watch people's pages, but she would just build a completely different group or community that she wanted to react with on a regular basis. And she has her other profile as far as people she grew up with and friends and family. That's a different group, that's a different page. But the page that supports the person she's becoming, it's a completely different page. Listen, that's a great idea, but only after you've done the social media detox. Why? Because when you're setting up the financial goals for your future, you don't need any influence. The only influence you need is your intuition. Your intuition is going to give you that number. Sit down, take notes, and think about how much money do you need to make to be okay for the next 30, 40 years, right? In spite of all the crazy news that's going on, humans are living longer. Don't take a bet and think that, oh, you can just get by, right? Plan for your financial future, release the expectations, because your blessings and manifestations are coming. Don't miss them looking for something in a golden package, right? Don't miss it. Change the habits. It's time to change the habits. Dr. Mike Murdock says success is in your routine, right? There's a habit that you have that might just be horrible. Listen, I had one. I used to love, love, love ice cream. I'm so proud of myself now, guys, because I could get a half a gallon of ice cream and I could have it for a month or two, right? But prior to that, hey, listen, as soon as I get in for the day, I'm having ice cream like it was a glass of wine. And even the same thing for wine now. Like, I'm just completely a different person on that particular level. It was never just horrible, but it wasn't a good habit to have in general. And last but not least, this social media detox. This is going to be so refreshing right here. Listen, and don't do it just at the beginning of the year. I know that some people only do it at the beginning of the year, but a social media detox, listen, sometimes you need to do it once a month. Just disappear. Just disappear. And I'm telling you, your intuition and your vision will come clear what you need to do to get to the next level for the next years. Okay. Well, that's it. Listen, if you found this reading helpful to your journey, please hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to share. Go ahead and leave some comments in the box below. Until next time, I'm your girl, Athena Renee, and I'm signing off. Take care.